this next generation of Redox will provide the foundation for the next generation of ASEA. It is so cool to see the excitement, the testimonials, and everything happening, and the product isn't even officially available in the market yet. It is for sure the next generation of ASEA, and it starts with this next generation of Redox. Before I can talk about the next generation of Redox, I want to talk a little bit about where we've been with the technology as an organization. Many of you who are familiar with ASEA and have been with us for a long time know of the Torre Lab study back in 2017. This was a landmark study for ASEA because it was the first time that we began to see and have evidence of an increase in genetic expression and transcription. Again, these genes, these pathways perform functions that maintain our health and wellness. And this study showed evidence that ASEA was playing at the cellular and the genetic level to enhance communication and enhance cellular function, right? Without cellular function, without cellular health, you cannot maintain your overall health and wellness. And so this was an important study for us to really be able to start to look at specific genetic pathways and which ones were being upregulated and improved. From there, we kind of double clicked on a couple of those pathways, one of which was the NRF2 pathway. The NRF2 pathway is an important recovery and relief pathway. When NRF2 is signaled, protective proteins, antioxidant response elements like glutathione are produced. You can think of these protective proteins, glutathione and the other antioxidant response elements, as bodyguards for your cells. Helps them to recover, helps you to experience relief, really restores the rejuvenative pathways in the body at a cellular and genetic level. These NRF2 studies that we conducted with our university partners were the first studies to represent a physical evidence of a mechanism of action. You could visually see how the redox signaling molecules were going to work in the cell. Extremely cool stuff. But what this led to was, hey, there are benefits with the NRF2 pathway that many people are seeking. In fact, this was the start of the next generation of redox. We had this broad spectrum technology that at the time was 12 years old, and there were people with very specific challenges that they were looking for solutions for these challenges. And they had found some relief and some improvement by using our broad spectrum technology. Again, that broad spectrum technology plays across every system, every organ, every function, right? Like you say, Alan. And because of that, these very specific things that people were looking to solve did see some benefit. But we began to think, what if we could focus all of this redox energy, all of this redox potential for communication and signaling, and focus that down into very specific pathways to result in very specific benefits. After all, the people who were using these products were looking for specific benefits. And so that was really the inception of this next generation redox concept. It was the creation of redox signaling molecule products that were targeted in nature to result in very specific benefits. So during this time of NRF2 that we were talking about with our University of Bath and Western Sydney University partners, we were simultaneously researching the next generation of redox. This next generation redox product was under development for 3 years with these universities. They underwent third-party testing while they were at the universities, while they were being researched. And what we found during the research was that we could utilize very specific types of metals as catalysts to focus that redox energy, that redox potential into specific pathways that would potentially provide specific benefits. We went through over 40 iterations of this one product alone, optimizing every single aspect of the product. Redox signaling molecule concentration, redox signaling molecule type distribution, right? There are many different types of redox signaling molecules. How much of each one should be in a product that is a targeted product? Different pH, different ORP, different levels of emulsifiers. Really, every single aspect of the product was tweaked specifically to be targeted towards that NRF2 pathway that we were researching. And again, this was a targeted, not a broad spectrum product. When we talk about the distinction between core technology, first generation technology versus next generation, it's not that one is superior over the other or one is lesser. It's that they are different in purpose. The first generation, the core technology, was a broad spectrum overall health and wellness. Think foundational to your health and wellness. That is the broad spectrum first generation technology. Whereas the next generation of redox is going to be targeted in its employment. Because this product was so targeted, we began to see that people were having immediate results. Our core technology is amazing. People have had amazing benefits. It's been life-changing for countless people around the world for the past 15 years. One thing that we've noticed is it does take some people a little longer to have an experience. Many have experiences very quickly, right? It's been very helpful, life-changing for people. But Renew 28 is called Renew 28 for a reason, right? 28-day cell turnover. This is not the case with next generation Redox. Because Redox is so focused into specific pathways with this next generation technology, you have a product that results in an immediate experience that people notice right away. And that next generation product, the very first of its kind, is Redox Gold. Redox Gold contains redox signaling molecules infused with molecular gold to target specific cellular communication pathways that lead to enhanced recovery and relief. Those last two words are where Redox Gold plays: recovery and relief. Again, remember, think back to that NRF2 pathway that we're targeting. The NRF2 pathway is an important recovery and relief pathway. That glutathione and all of those protective proteins stimulate those rejuvenative processes in the cells and enable your own body's natural recovery pathways to help you recover faster in a natural way. So think about it this way. Alan mentioned the keys on the keyboard. I like to think of health and wellness as a beautiful musical piece. There are chords, notes, and melodies all being played synchronously in order to play this musical piece. Your health is that musical piece. Your body has to play all of these different functions, these notes, melodies, and chords to maintain your health and wellness. The core technology, represented here by a ASEA Redox supplement, ARS, and Renew 28, because they are broad spectrum in nature, they play across every cell, every organ, every system, every function. At the genetic and cellular level, they're capable of playing all of the keys on the keyboard. What we've done with Redox Gold is we've taken all of that redox potential and using molecular gold infused throughout the gel as a catalyst, we focus all of that redox potential into just a few keys, a few functions, a few genetic pathways in the body, all associated with relief and recovery. This has obvious benefits on the NRF2 pathway expression front. The NRF2 expression in the cells treated with Redox Gold were found to be increased by 160%. Extremely, just massive numbers when you're talking about the baseline functionality of the NRF2 pathway and increasing that expression. Researchers were astounded with this result. However, they were even more impressed with the glutathione numbers. Remember, glutathione is a protective protein that's produced when you increase expression of NRF2, right? So let's look at those glutathione numbers. In a healthy cell, we increase glutathione by 70%. Now, where the recovery story comes in my opinion, is when we look at the compromised cell. What we did is we took healthy cells and we treated them with a compound that blocks their ability to create their own glutathione, to be able to more or less protect themselves. And what you see there is their baseline ability to protect themselves or to produce glutathione is reduced to nearly 20% of the healthy cell. You see those two baseline numbers there. Redox Gold increases that compromised cell ability to produce glutathione by 280%, bringing it back to 98% of the healthy cell's ability to produce glutathione and protect itself. This right here, researchers at the university could not believe. They were astounded when they saw this result. In fact, I told the story back when we were talking about NRF2 over the past couple of years of a project that they had to repeat multiple times without charging us to confirm that they were not making an error. This was one of those times. They did additional studies on this experiment specifically to make sure that that number was correct, because it's a number that is so much higher than you see with any other product out there. So with glutathione being boosted so much in these compromised cells, we thought to ourselves, okay, we've seen what it does at the cellular level. We've seen that it plays across these genetic pathways for relief and recovery. What does that mean for benefits in people, right? At the end of the day, when we want to distribute life-changing products, that's really what it comes down to. What are the benefits that people are going to see? So we did some thermographic testing. For those of you that are not familiar with thermographic testing, it detects surface temperature of the skin. You take a thermal image of the body and it detects localized regions of high temperature and low temperature. Areas with elevated discomfort exhibit higher localized skin temperature, right? The body is trying to recover and provide relief to that area. And so those functions end up increasing the temperature of the skin in that localized area. So you can see the areas that need the relief in the images by associating high skin temperature with those areas. So participants were asked if they had any discomfort, and that was how they qualified for the test. They were asked to apply Redox Gold to that targeted area after they were initially scanned with the thermal imaging. There are strict controls on this thermographic testing in order to make sure that there are no false positives or erroneous results. You have to apply the product. After you've taken the initial image, you have to allow the product to completely dry and wait 15 minutes for the skin surface temperature to return to normal. This is taken in front of a thermographically neutral background and in a temperature controlled environment to make sure that everything is consistent as possible. And again, this is done to eliminate what are called false positives. Uh, if you don't adhere to these test parameters, you could have a positive result with just splashing water on your skin because that evaporative cooling, right? When water evaporates off the skin, it cools your skin, and so you could have a false positive. By adhering to these strict controls, you eliminate any of that false positive possibility. So here are some amazing images, and we tested dozens of people on these thermographic images, and they show this rapid relief after a single use and 15 minutes. Again, amazing results. You can see it lower back, upper back, right and left hand and wrist. You can see it in the shoulders there. On the right there, particularly around the spine, this individual was having discomfort in that area for a very long time. And what was really interesting about that top right image there, this individual, along with many, many others, made a comment during the testing, was like, "Oh, I can feel it already."
Yeah.
Right. And so it was confirming what we were seeing on the thermographic imaging.
So Hunter, our goal here is to go from those angry reds and pinks into those beautiful, cool blues and greens.
That's right. Yep. Being able to bring down that skin surface temperature is a representation of the relief that is happening at that cellular level inside of the body, right? And it happens extremely quickly. Again, this is before and after. This is 15 minutes post application.
Astonishing.
It works on legs and feet too. You can see it here. You can see those areas, those hot areas cooling almost immediately, showing that recovery and relief. So again, this is one of those things that while we were testing, every single person coming in was, "Oh yeah, I feel it working. I feel it working. Oh wow, look at those images. They're amazing." And my background is chemical engineering. And as an engineer, I have a hard time anytime somebody makes a 100% claim because 100 is really definitive. And so I have a hard time with that number. And in fact, during the thermographic image testing, we saw a positive results in 100% of participants.
Now, Hunter, you're not saying positive results in the thermographic imaging, but 100% on how they felt?
100% of the thermographic images showed a positive
Showed a
result.
positive result.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the majority of people had such a result that they were able to detect it immediately while we were doing the testing.
Yeah.
But Alan, to be totally honest with you, I was kind of hoping that we were going to get a couple of these images back that saying, "Hey, it didn't work for them." And
And that
the
would have
reason
made you
for
feel
that,
a little better, wouldn't it? As a scientist.
oh, certainly. As a scientist, I was worried that there was a systematic error with the test
Yeah.
because you rarely ever see 100% in testing. But I was assured by multiple experts doing the thermographic imaging, by my team, that this was done in an extremely strictly controlled environment and that we could trust the results. And so I am astounded by the results here. I'm extremely excited about that number, even though as an engineer, I'm very uncomfortable with the 100% number. I think it speaks to the power of the product. It
Well,
really
and they're
does.
so dramatic. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
just a little bit less. I mean, they're different colors. I mean, it's pinks and reds, blues and greens on many of them. Some of those back images that you showed, very
Yeah,
interesting.
huge,
Yeah.
huge. So there's going to be some questions around this, right? And so I want to address this quickly. Renew 28 versus Redox Gold, and you touched on it, Alan, earlier. Is hey, is Redox Gold just Renew 28 plus gold in it? And the answer is absolutely not. I briefly mentioned earlier, hey, we were controlling the concentration. We were changing which redox signaling molecules are present in what amounts. We were changing pH, ORP, thickness, viscosity. We were doing everything to maximize the result around specific pathways. So it is absolutely not Renew 28 plus gold. But that leads the question, like, when do I use what? Right? Is this a replacement for Renew 28? No. Renew 28 is your general skincare, anti-aging, use it after shaving, minor irritants, kind of your put it everywhere, all-purpose solution for the skin. Again, it's that foundational health and wellness product. It's the topical version of the broad spectrum redox signaling molecules that you see with the blue bottle.
And we call it,
Redox Gold. What was
redox
that?
signaling for the inside, redox signaling for the outside. Outside in, inside out.
Yep, that's a great way to think about it. Redox Gold, again, we're talking about muscle soreness and tension, joint discomfort and stiffness. It cools and soothes. Use it where you need it. It is your targeted solution for recovery and relief. An interesting point here that I want to point out is we began getting really excited about Redox Gold when we were starting to develop it. So we started testing some other areas of benefit. So we tested it in the cosmetic area. And what's interesting is because Redox Gold is so targeted and focused, there are no cosmetic benefits. None of that redox spills over into some of those pathways that help with redox cell turnover. There is no reduction in redness, no reduction in pore size, no wrinkle reduction, no elasticity improvement. All of these benefits that we see with Renew 28, you don't get any of that with Redox Gold. And that is further evidence of that targeting of the redox signaling molecules into specific recovery pathways. Couple of images here just to kind of help drive the point home, right? Again, Renew 28 combats the appearance of fine line and wrinkles, encourages a 28-day skin cell turnover. On the left with Redox Gold, alleviates discomfort, soothes tired, overworked muscles, rapid relief, targeted application. Hopefully I'm beginning to illustrate the difference here.
Yep.
A couple of more. Again, phrases and concepts to think about with Renew 28, cosmetics, skincare, whole body skincare, surface skincare, renewal, cellulite, the reduction of the cellulite appearance, right? Fine lines and wrinkles, reduce those. After sun care. Redox Gold, muscles, soothe, cool. Use it after or before physical activity and exercise. Relax, relief, tired, overworked muscles and joints. This is the product for that.
Yeah.
So again, you've got your recovery and relief in Redox Gold, and you've got your foundational topical redox signaling molecule gel in Renew 28. So Redox Gold is an extremely exciting product for ASEA and for everybody who is leveraging redox to maintain their health and wellness and to enhance their health and wellness.